Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Well, my Shaman deck's looking pretty solid so far with the 4 Fire Elementals, 2 Wind Speakers, 2 Ancient Brewmasters to bring things back and play tricks, and I did end up rounding it out with a pretty good amount of 2 and 3 casting cost cards to keep me alive until I can do that other stuff. So, I'm liking it. The deck is a ton of creatures, it's almost all creatures, which has the drawback that I have very few cards to kill enemy creatures. But later in the game, I can blow things up pretty well with the elementals. I'm going to keep trying to get more card advantage out of my totems, which sort of depends what I'm up against, I guess. But it tends to be really good. Especially, I have 2 Flame Tongue totems to boost them. Okay, I'm going second. I got an extra card. We're obviously pitching him, because I can get more big stuff later. You're a good early game play. You were pretty strong too. I'm going to get rid of the Hex. I don't have that many cards for killing creatures and screwing creatures, but this early in the game is not the time for Hex or Lava Burst. It is the time for Fork Lightning. My hand is not really the distribution I would like, given that I have pretty much every Overload card in my entire deck. I've got 6 points of mana worth of Overload here, which is not good for me. However, I do have Fork Lightning to kill stuff potentially. I think I'm going to try and go for like the early game speed. It may be a bad idea, but I'm going to go for the Fairy Dragon, just because my opponent can't just play a card and kill a Fairy Dragon. He can't just like slam it. Even if he plays a creature that can beat it, I can still hit him for 3. See, that doesn't even beat the Fairy Dragon. He's going to have to use something else with it, so that's working out well. Now, I could play the Young Priestess, who would turn this into a 3/3 guaranteed. It can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. It can totally be targeted by battle cries and other minion powers. Especially random ones. So this would become a 3/3, but the Engineer would be able to just kill my Priestess. Think I'm better off getting a totem, especially if I get a taunt totem, but even the other ones, she can't kill them in one shot. That's what I'm going to try. Yeah, it's fine. It can do damage. The bad part of that is my opponent can now cleave me, which he couldn't before. Cleave is random, it doesn't target, so that's going to mess me up. Oh, he's got the Raid Leader. Ooh. That's fairly annoying. He must have had that planned all along. Nah, I'll live. In fact, seems like kind of irony, but I'm just going to play my own Raid Leader and use this to kill his. My Raid Leader will probably die. It's too early in the game, like it's kind of silly to be using him, but I don't think I have any other plays. I don't have anything else that's good for killing him right now. I don't want to use the Feral Spirit quite yet because I don't need the taunt to block things. And that Overload is going to slow me down a lot at this stage. So, yeah, we'll just do that. You can't complain. It's the exact thing you just did to me. Yours didn't cost you a card because it drew you a card. Mine didn't cost me a card because it was just my ability. Okay, what are you killing your Raid Leader with?
Back to work.
Oh, interesting. That leaves him with a pretty large sort of army. In a strange sense. But they are an excellent target for Fork Lightning, unfortunately for them. So if Fork Lightning is going to eat 2 of my mana next turn, I'm really not going to be able to cast much at all. Given that, I think I'm just going to play the Feral Spirit and literally not be able to cast anything that costs more than 1 next turn. But these will be 3/3 creatures if he survives. That seems pretty good. Again, the Warrior doesn't have very good area of effect damage. He has Whirlwind, which would need a spell power to do much to these guys. Or he has Cleave, which is random, and actually these guys would survive the Cleave, so there's a decent chance it wouldn't kill anything. Well, okay, it's a bad chance. It would almost certainly kill this guy, but no guarantees. That... It'd be nice if I could nerf that in some way, but it's mostly just a Paladin thing. Paladins reducing these guys' attack to 1 is obnoxious. Hex would get rid of his disadvantage, so it wouldn't actually bother him that much. He still has to kill through these guys slowly, though. Even if I had enough mana for Lava Burst, it wouldn't kill him. But I can do a lot of damage while this thing works through them. Plus, as long as it's out, he can't cast many minions. And I guess I'll put her out and she'll do something. But for now, hit this guy for 8. That's kind of got a sting. He's actually getting close to just burnout range. He's got to use a Mortal Strike just to kill one of those. I think it's probably worth it. Because I could hit him for a lot and then Lava Burst him next turn. It would have been sick. Now I could copy his guy and get a 7-3. I don't really like that plan so much. I can trade her to kill him, which is pretty sweet. Or I could just Lava Burst him. Kind of like him being alive and messing up my opponent's ability to cast stuff, but well, you know what? If I do leave him alive, I can just go pure aggro, just keep playing stuff. Maybe even get a Taunt Totem if I'm lucky, but I can do another 5 damage to him and play a Yeti and a Totem. That's a lot of damage dealing potential I would still have in play. Plus, if I draw a Fire Elemental, I can blow him up with that. And it'll mean he'll only be able to cast like 1 minion next turn, if that. I can afford the hit point damage if I'm actually killing my opponent fast enough, so I might try that, as silly and risky as it sounds. Taunt? Oh, it's not a taunt totem. But actually, he would want to kill the Yeti, so this would retain the attack power from the raid leader, unless he kills the raid leader somehow. Leaving this guy alive is screwing him somewhat. He's building up cards in his hand. Now, he'll be able to play a lot in the turn that this guy dies. But for now, it's kind of screwing him. It does let him play that just fine. That's going to be a little annoying. Very good use. Yeah, it's a little wasted to do 5 damage to him, but it's so worth it for the amount that it reduces my forces. Alright. Oh, Flame Tongue Totem. That is kind of sweet. So I play a Flame Tongue Totem, then I can hit him for 4, 5, 6. Another Flame... If I duplicated the Flame Tongue Totem, then that would really only be adding 2 more. It'd be 7, 8 damage this turn. And I wouldn't have any mana left to Lava Burst. Wow, this is a Spell Power Totem. I could Lava Burst him for 6 now. But then he would know how low he was, and that's no good. I haven't taken any damage yet to heal with the Earthen Ring. It's kind of funny. So I think I probably want a Flame Tongue Totem, hit him for all I can, and then return something with the Ancient Brewmaster.
More training?
This would reduce him to 2, but then he would know that he was a 2. I couldn't duplicate the Flame Tongue and do that, so no. For a second there I thought I screwed myself. So I am going to bounce the Spell Power Totem. Although if I bounce the Flame Tongue Totem, then he can't just kill it. I'm going to bounce the Flame Tongue Totem, actually. It's probably silly, like I could have just replayed that, but this means that anything I have that is alive, can get an extra 2 attacks. Sort of like having charge. Anything he kills with this is hurting him a lot. Like he doesn't want to use that to kill the Brewmaster when he's at 8 health. He does have several minions in his hand he can cast, I'm sure, because he's had that +3 casting cost in effect from the Venture Co guy for several turns. He is really going to do that. Now I can just blow him up. Unless he does something irrelevant. That probably seems like a good play, but it's not helping. And he killed the wrong one. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It would have done enough anyway. Boom. Alright. Go, Shaman. That's good stuff. I mean, it was only a warrior, but a win is still a win. He had 3 classes he could have chose from. He took warrior anyway, so it's really his own fault. There's been some argument in the comment. I still feel that the warrior is pretty weak for arena. It is totally possible to have a good warrior deck and to perform well with a warrior. It's just less likely than it is with any other class, in my opinion. Going first, which I don't like, I'd rather have a coin, I'm going to get rid of the Spellbreaker, because he's a little bit too expensive. I'm going to keep the Flame Tongue Totem, even though my usual philosophy is, like, this is more of a later game thing, but I'm going to try and crank out totems, and I can still use this later. This I didn't want for my starting hand. Or this. Those are both not starting handy cards. So I'm at kind of a disadvantage here. I'm going to have to really get back with the totems, except that my opponent can also just get it back with the totems, because he's a Shaman too. Stupid mirror match. What do we get? Spell power for all my 0 spells. Actually, I have a spell, but like the chances that I need to do more than 5 damage in the next 2 or 3 turns, pretty low. So he has a 1/1 totem. I could play the Flame Tongue and get that killed. I could kill it with an Earth Shock, which seems kind of silly. Excuse me. So play the Flame Tongue and then kill that with this. He could Forked Lightning, but the Flame Tongue would survive that. He could Lightning Bolt the Flame Tongue totem, but he could also do that to a Flesh-Eating Ghoul or pretty much anything else. I think I'm going to hold on to the Flesh-Eating Ghoul a little longer. Or am I? No, you know what? This is more crazy late game power. This is only good if he gets a chance to survive for a little bit. So I think I'm going to use this guy and try and get him to survive for a little bit. Or should I actually Earth Shock his totem, just to keep his stuff in check, and make another totem, because then later I could Flame Tongue. All of these choices are valid. I'm just going to go with the Flesh-Eating Ghoul version. Given as the one I picked is probably the dumbest choice, but so much of it is based on what my opponent has in his hand, and I don't know what that is yet. He's going to Lightning Bolt this guy? That's what I'm expecting. He might play his own Flame Tongue totem, which would be annoying. But we have ways of making them die. Or at least be silent. It is the Flame Tongue. Yep. It's going to be good to be rid of that. I wonder if he has more of them than I do. Should be unfortunate. So I want to shock it, and it won't quite die, but it'll be silenced and not that useful. Unless he gets another one. Then what do I do after that? Do I play my Flame Tongue and then hit him for 2? Do I play my Flame Tongue and then finish this off, which seems kind of sad, but would prevent him from doing the same thing right back to me? I don't know.
What to do?
Yes, that is the question. Well, I'm going to Earth Shock this. And I think I'm going to save my Flame Tongue for sometime when I can use it on 2 things. I'm just going to make a totem, because if he puts out another Flame Tongue, then he can't really do any damage to me with this, even ignoring that I didn't know that was going to be a taunt one. Say this was a healing totem. He puts out another Flame Tongue and makes this a 2/1. He still doesn't have much that he could do to me, whereas he might have found some way to kill the Flame Tongue totem. That has to die. Working bad. Although now I'm kind of thinking, like, I can't just kill that with the Flame Tongue totem, unfortunately. he might be able to shock it and give it crazy attacks, but I think what I want to do now is actually just push out the Ventrico Mercenary. This is my 5th turn. Putting him out as fast as possible makes it as hard as possible to deal with his hugeness. If he just gets hexed, then at least he drew out the hex. That's what I'm thinking. None of these other things are going to kill him unless I waste the Lava Burst on this guy. And with a Taunt Totem in play, I feel safe enough with that. If I didn't have the Taunt Totem, I might be a little bit worried that he would shock his own guy, hit me for 8 or something, but whatever. And of course, this thing can't use 2 attacks on him because he dies the first time it attacks him. So we're going to try this. Yeah, I can still afford to play the Flame Tongue Totem even with the drawback. It's kind of horrible, but I can. And if something happens to kill this guy, then his drawback goes away. I can still, of course, make totems while he's out. I can still use this for cheap and make a totem if I need to. Ew. That is big and obnoxious. Makes me wish I had my shock back, I tell you. Huh. I have to attack that. If I at least put out the Flame Tongue Totem, then I can use this to break the shield. Then use this to kill it. This guy would be reduced to a 7/3, so he would be killed by this, but there's not much I can do about that. This will take up all my turn pretty much, but it will save the Lava Burst. Yeah, I think that's what I've got to do. I don't like it much, but... Excessive force. No, 9-2. I didn't even count right. Go me! I don't know why I was thinking he had 7 toughness. Now, if he trades this to kill that, I'm okay. If he can... No, that's much worse. Don't like that one bit. Although it is going to take up 2 of his mana next turn. I guess it's not the worst. This thing can kill this, probably, no matter what he does. Although I can't 100% say no matter what he does, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to use it to kill my Flame Tongue. That's annoying. Once again, wishing I'd saved my silence. Yeah. So I can play one of these and kill that. But he's still got this out there. And I don't have any mana left to do anything to it. Or even to play a taunt guy, which would be amazing. If I had 1 more mana, I could play this, kill him, and then play a taunt guy. That'd be pretty good. But no. Still seems like the only reasonable option. He's got to use some resources on it, hopefully. If he hexes it, it still eats an attack, so that wouldn't do much for him. He's probably just going to hit it for 3 and then finish it with something, or not, I don't know. If he didn't finish it, that would be awesome, because I could actually heal it with this guy, and give it Wind Fury with this guy, and just go nuts. Seems unlikely, though. No Taunt Totem. If this thing survives, this is good. Oh, baby. Oh, I got a Forked Lightning, too. I can't do a Forked Lightning and play the other one. And, well, I can, but then I wouldn't be able to play a taunt thing as well. I can't do everything I want to do. I think I'm going to want to Forked Lightning. Oh, but it might hit this guy. That would be poor. Yeah. It's probably worth it anyway. That's only a 2 out of 5 chance that it hits him. Or something. It's actually more than that, right? Because first time it's a 1 in 5 chance, and then it's a 1 in 4 chance. I suck at statistics. I don't know why. I'm normally kind of smart with math, but that kind of math, I always set the parameters wrong. What do I do? I really want to wind speaker this guy and attack twice.
The elements.
But this guy's... It seems like a waste to hit him like that. Oh, I don't know. Not killing the opponent's forces seems like a bad idea, but... I'm good at bad ideas. Now, let's see what this kills. Oh, I hit the wrong one. That sucks. But on the other hand, I ended up with pretty good stuff in play and did 12 damage to him, and still have this out that he has to deal with. And this. Now he's going to hex him. Reasonable, but that does give me another taunt creature. So we can kill it with this, and then use her bubble to kill him. And I still have some stuff, and then I can play the next fire elemental. He's got the healing thing going with him. I do actually really have to kill him.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
So many bubbles. This guy's had a million bubbles. He not only loves them, but he got a lot of options with bubbles. Aw, damn it. That sucks. Like, yeah, he's taking the damage, but now I don't have something to kill this with. Yeah. I've got some mana locked. He's going to be able to take out my fire elemental pretty easily. And I don't have enough mana to play this and a totem. Oh, that's horrible.
What to do?
This would actually heal him back up to 3, which is really horrible. But I have to use this to kill her. It's not even an option. Because killing his bubble is no good, and he doesn't do as much damage. Man. What a crummy situation.
What to do?
I'd love to just do this first and see what I get, but then I lose the option to cast him. I can't even cast both of these guys with that, so it's not going to be worth it. I hate sacrificing this guy this way, but I gotta do it. I've left his forces alive for too long. I do have to keep killing them. Stupid overload hitting him, and healing totem actually helping my opponent for once again. Never helps me. That kind of hurts. I'm probably gonna have to lava burst him, which sucks because it means I'm not lava bursting my opponent. I've got the edge in hit points, but he has an army and I don't, and if he bloodlusts it, he could crush me. Ew, that's no good either. I don't think that's what I needed. I can't even do this, and one of these guys. Annoying. But yeah, I've got to blow him up with the lava burst, which is going to screw my mana for next turn. But I can do that, get a tiger, and get mana. Or get a totem and a tiger. You know what I mean. Hey, it's a taunt totem. That's good. That actually wastes this guy's attack. Or I guess this guy's attack if he casts 2 overload spells. Yeah. This game is not going as well as I would like. That's not helping at all. That was silly. Should have used this guy. Oh, what now? He's gonna give this thing taunt, or what?
Feel the power of the wind.
Wow. It's interesting you gave Wind Fury to this guy and not this. He wanted to do this, but this one could get killed before it would go off. He's spreading out the problems for me. Oh. This helps a lot, so much. Although I don't have as much mana as I would like to.
I wonder.
Play this. I think I've got to kill this guy. Because he could kill both of them, yeah. This is at least a little bit protected by them. And then I'm going to see what totem I get. It probably doesn't matter, but... Taunt totem makes me want to use this guy slightly more, so I think that's what I'll do. This healing him would be nice, but giving this thing an attack would help. No, if I give this thing an attack, actually, that helps the Acolyte of Pain. Oh, that's no good.
The elements will destroy.
No, I actually need to use the Raid Leader so that the Acolyte of Pain can't just damage himself on those. You just lost your privileges, Todd. Dumbass. Oh, this is not good. I managed to lose this game. Looked so good for a short period of time, but I should have been killing off his forces instead of trying to burn him down from full, no matter how much damage it felt like I was doing. I should have used some of those Wind Fury attacks to kill his junk. Because now I've got this. If he bloodlusts at any point, he wins. Yeah, not even close. He may or may not be able to... No, he should probably be able to kill me this turn, because all the weak things can kill the taunts now, and then he can kill me. Damn it. Yay, poor play in the mirror match. Serves me right, I guess. Really? Very, very dead. Damn. I'm sure that game was winnable, like, from the start. But I would have had to play smarter somehow. Oh well, 2-1. It's not the worst record we've seen. We'll see how much further I can get next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.